morning and evening devotional. One for the morning, one for the evening, if you haven't figured that out. Anyway, Philippians 4:12. I know how to abound. There are many who know how to be abased, but who have not learned how to abound. When they are set upon the top of a pinnacle, their heads grow dizzy, and they are ready to fall. The Christian far oftener disgraces his profession in prosperity than in adversity. That's a good statement. The Christian far oftener disgraces his profession in prosperity than in adversity. It is a dangerous thing to be prosperous. The crucible of adversity is a less severe trial than the Christian than the refining pot of prosperity. I'll read that one again. The crucible of adversity is a less severe trial to the Christian than the refining pot of prosperity. That's Puritan type saying. Pithy and succinct. Oh, what leanness of soul and neglect of spiritual things have been brought on through the very mercies and bounties of God. Yet this is not a matter of necessity, for the apostle tells us that he knew how to abound. When he had much, he knew how to use it. Abundant grace enabled him to bear abundant prosperity. When he had a full sail, he was loaded with much ballast, so he floated safely. It needs more than human skill to carry the brimming cup of mortal joy with a steady hand. Yet Paul had learned that skill, for he declares, "In all things I am instructed, both to be full and to be hungry." It is a divine lesson to know how to be full. For the Israelites were full once, but while the flesh was yet in their mouths, the wrath of God came upon them and slew the fattest of them. Many have asked for mercies that they might satisfy their own heart's lust. Fullness of bread has often made fullness of blood. Fullness of bread has often made fullness of blood, and that has brought on wantonness of spirit. When we have much of God's providential mercies, it often happens that we have but little of God's grace, and little gratitude for the bounties that we have received. We are full and we forget God. Satisfied with earth, we are content to do without heaven. Satisfied with earth, we are content to do without heaven. Rest assured, it is harder to know how to be full, than it is to know how to be hungry. So desperate is the tendency of human nature to pride and forgetfulness of God. Take care that you ask in your prayers that God would teach you how to be full. Let not the gifts thy love bestows estrange our hearts from thee. Good one. You can see that in sports. There's a lot of athletes that they make it through in their youth on their natural talent and skill, and then they get into, let's say, you get out of college and they're all the great white hope or the great whatever, next great thing in basketball or football or something, and they get lazy and they get fat and then they get injured because their body can't handle all that weight. And I've seen that. You can see that with don't follow basketball that much, but Luka Doncic, I don't know where he's from, Czechoslovakia, who knows, Poland, I don't know. He's like an NBA superstar, He carried one team to several, championships, and yet they traded him, got rid of him because he was getting fat and, injured all the time. So that's one instance. I'm not going to read any more there. What happened?